And we saw things like, for instance, I'm sure you've heard of in 9/11, just days before 9/11, there was a whole bunch of put buying in two big companies, American Airlines and United Airlines. We didn't know what it was. We thought it was probably a downgrade coming from a big broker on Monday. And whoever bought all these calls, because it was like 30, 40 times normal activity.
Wow.
So it was a lot.
So it was blatant something was happening.
Something going on, and it's all on puts. And a put is an insurance policy. It makes money as the stock drops.
Right, so these people are betting on a big stock drop here.
On a big stock drop with nothing out there. Right. No earnings are immediately forthcoming, no big industry conferences, crude oil didn't just spike. None of those things were happening that would have caused an airline stock to drop so precipitously. But 3 days later, planes fly into the Pentagon and into the World Trade Center and into Shanksville, Pennsylvania. All the planes were United and American. They didn't buy Delta puts. They didn't buy Southwest puts. Didn't buy JetBlue puts. Didn't buy Air France. They didn't buy anything but United and American, which struck us as strange. So we called up the FBI and said, we think this is really strange. Not before it happened, after. We think this is really strange. And the FBI got back to us and said, what does your data show you? And we told them what it said. And since then, we've had a great relationship with the SEC and various folks, because when they think they see something like an insider trading pattern, they'll call us and say, can you send us the data? And we'll send them the data, but we don't know who bought it, Brian.
Yeah.
But they traced who bought those puts. And I've seen people decry what I'm telling you right now on the internet. So if you Google me and 9/11 and American and United, some people will say, oh, it was a hedge fund. It was just a hedge fund. It was, nothing to see here, go away. Wasn't a hedge fund. It was a retail account in Hamburg, Germany, which is where the terror cells were based. This is according to the FBI. And the retail activity came from there to Deutsche Bank, to Alex Brown, to Chicago Corp, to the pits of the US. And they bought all these puts. And then they were buying them in both companies. Both stocks were trading right around $30 a share. And then the very next day, they're trading 12 because, those stocks just fell apart and people didn't know when we'd be flying again and all that. And we didn't trade for a week.
Yeah.
So the FBI says, so what are they going to do now? And I said, they don't need to close these calls. And they said, why not? And I said, they'll just buy the stock because they have the right to sell it at 30. It's now trading 12. They'll just buy stock down here at 12 and exercise these, and they capture that $18. Made about $50-60 million on the trade.
And they probably got away with that money.
But at least the FBI knew where that cleared, and they can find out whose account it was.
Right.
So then who knows? Do they follow that person knowing that that person wasn't one of the terrorists on the planes, clearly, but could have been somebody that helped finance them and then helped finance other things, and they kept an eye on who that person was for as long as they let him live.
Yeah.
After that.
This is a small glimpse into the type of information you have and you collect on all of these options. So
yes, sir.
Getting me excited. I might have to start trading options again.
Yeah, we'll get you back in.
Yeah, right. So if people want to learn more about that and your heat seeker strategy, there's that link below, londonreal.tv/options. Hi, it's Brian Rose from London Real, and I've just sat down with Jon Najarian, legendary options trader, Hall of Famer, and TV celebrity. You might know him as host of CNBC's Halftime Report, or from his books, How I Trade Options and The 22 Rules of Investing. I think there's just so much information in options that isn't available in stock. I think it's all about leverage and defining your risk. And if you can do those two things, I think you can be in this game a long time and make money. Well, in just a few days, Jon will finally reveal what made him a legendary options trader. In a private broadcast that won't be available on YouTube or anywhere public, he'll show an exclusive group of people how he's been using special infrastructure that's only available to institutional investors. Something that allows him to get a critical piece of information directly from the market exchanges. Information that can tip you off about big market moves a few days before they happen. We built this algorithm
that looked for unusual trading patterns in the market. Once you find those patterns, then it makes it a lot easier to coattail on the smart money.
Now, as a former Wall Street banker myself, I am super excited to share this investment strategy for the very first time. As the host of this episode, I'm able to offer you exclusive rights to a seat at his free training. But you must act now to secure your place. So click on the link below or go to londonreal.tv/options to lock in your spot. And I will see you there.